punters, que pasa sluta, que pasa mama. What up, sports fans? Thursday, June 7th. Feels like a good day to make a little cash. Hit my first 2 games of the day, and then heartbreak at Wrigley. Late addition to my card, and that shit happens. But I was off to a nice start. Before the Phillies lost it for me, I was up about a half unit since Pete left. And that would keep my unit size where I want it to be. And I said to you guys, when I started here solo working with just the chat, that this was going to be the turning point of my MLB season. And we got some great cappers with us. Scotty Rock Forever joining us. Sean Roberts, my man Joe D. Joe D was hitting Gulfstream hard today and yesterday. Respect. I shot my Belmont video. As you can see, it's on the list. We're going to be talking Belmont Stakes. Now, Bookmaker has not put out their head-to-head matchups yet, so I'm going to make my official picks tomorrow. But goddamn, feels good to talk about the ponies. Here's my daily racing form right here, baby. Yeah! God damn, I can't wait to watch this race. All right, Marco Lou in the house. Brian Lee, Props Profit. Mr. Ghoster, Zigzag Man, Brian Manning. Oh, we got a nice team here. Tomarino, Tomor. Drunk Conversation. Get the business, shall we? Twatty Latte still, he's moved from the cheese balls to the dumpster at Target. But as long as he's warm, that's all we care about. My man, Josef Tucker in the house. God, this is a nice group. Let's get capping. So, quick rehash of what happened this morning. I was on the Reds full game, -102. They took care of business in extra innings. My man, Mele Payless Way in the house. Marty Muerte, Melvin Morel. I like it. Mr. Pix God with us. Giving us a shout out from North Philly. Michael Urvalina. Don't want me to bring the JMO out. It's Thursday. I guess we'll have to get that started too. We'll have to get Brad Summersell. Vincent K. Mackwell on the Capitals puck line. Ooh! Capitals puck line will be a big score for you if that rolls through. We're going to be talking hockey, no doubt about it. Gary Avery, man. Hi, bro. Gary from Montreal. And right below him, my man Nostra Toda, also from Montreal. Herman Aparicio in the house. I like it. Stephen Ala, a Marine joining us. DJ Big Boss. King Art. God, I like this. Man, I like this a lot. So the Reds took care of business. Yes, Big Boss said, Reds made y'all sweat it out. They certainly did, but we got that paper. Then the Dodgers-Pirates game became null and void. Melvin Betances here with us. Josef Tucker with us. And he's on Blackburn. Strikeouts over 2. Wow. Freeman Laverne with us. Man, I like this. I like this crew we got. So that bet became null and void with the pitching change. And then White Sox Twins, I was off. But that was probably a capping mistake. When we went over Berrios' numbers against the White Sox, they're phenomenal in his career. It's likely that he was going to have a good day. Another Montrealer representing 514, Vincent K. Mackwell. Eric Sniffen says, man, tough card today. Well, we've got off to a good start. Adron Bird in the house. CC Fitness. Nice. Got that 7-1 future on the Caps. Oh, man, and Scotty Rock had the Redbirds run line success. Yes. That was our next play. We had Cardinals -1.5 and -112. That cashed, and I started feeling good about myself till the Phillies broke our heart. Andrew Pierce also turning in from Montreal. My man Scotty Rock Forever representing the Bay Area as Golden State Warriors. 1 game away. Just 1 game away. Darcy Critchen in the house. Okay, yeah, and Zigzag Man's Dodger game got fucking voided. That sucks. All right. Sean Robertson says, at SBR Sportsbook Review, my local, which I've been using as my #1 book, doesn't have the Japanese baseball, but I see you heating up. Larry's not been heating up in Japan. In fact, it's south. It's in Korea, southern Korea, not northern Korea, not fooling around in Pyongyang. He's down in southern Korea, and he's making bank 4 straight. 4 straight. Barceman say, Jimmy, what day are you going to cap the World Cup? We're going to cap it next week, and we're going to cap it every single day, starting with that first game. Russia, Saudi Arabia. Speaking of Russia, Saudi Arabia, can Russia make it out of this group? Taking them not to make it out of the group is a nice big plus line. even taking Saudi Arabia or even the tie. I mean, Russia looks awful. We all have to agree that Russia looks. This is the weakest team I've seen Russia have in 30 years. So yes, we're gonna be hammering World Cup very, very hard. I have a bunch of bets that I will need to lock in before it starts. To leave the group, to get out of the group. And so yes, we'll be doing that very hard. And Barcaman, I think he will be a big help. Breets Beat says Jimmy back to his winning ways. Well, this is not enough winners. It's been a very tough little while. But knowing that Breets Beats is on my side gives me the strength. Gives me the goddamn strength. Dav Fenn, Jimmy was right about the Reds. I will admit, it was an extra inning game. Dav Fenn, and I know you have my best interests in mind. My man Twadi Latte, Aspire Too Late says Larry's the king of soul. Actually, around the office, we call him Bulgogi Larry, and he doesn't like it. So I do it very loud and all the time. Oh, Bulgogi in the house. That's what I say. Todd Raymond says, nah, Russia. Herman Aparicio, Saudi Arabia for an upset. Saudi Arabia's got that tricky team, right? They all played domestically. The guys who left Saudi Arabia to play in Spain, they barely played. They're a tricky capping situation, and I'm not high on them, but God, Russia looks bad. Scotty Rock says, leaning Rays, money line, can't stand leak. I am off that game now. Late money is coming on the Rays, and I wanted to take the Mariners. I'm off that game. Drunk Conversation says, Uruguay and Egypt get out of A. Egypt to get out of A right now is at plus 162. And I do think that will be a bet I will be making. Now, we need to know Salah's fitness. But yes, that will be a bet that I will be making. Let's see who we got. Some more Drunk Conversations says soccer is my main money. I played soccer all growing up, but in saying that, I haven't been capping it very hard the last little while, and I will definitely need your help. I will definitely need all you guys who, and I know I've got a ton of guys I run with that just make a ton of cash off of football. Especially in Europe. And so, man, I'm going to be saying everything out loud, talking about it to you guys before I lock in any bets. I've got some futures that I really like. I've got a lot of plays I really like. It's going to take more work, but next week we're going to go hard World Cup and get that paper, man. Dat Fire TV says, did you take Phillies plus 1.5? Dat Fire, I don't take any plus 1.5 spots ever. I would rather get a big score with a dog rather than turning a dog into a favorite. But it would have worked, no question. Brad Summersall says, love the A's tonight. Hamill sucks. He does. Oh, no, Mr. Gokster says, I'm Bulgogi. Oh, no, Mr. Gokster. We're going to have two Bulgogis? Bulgogi Larry and Bulgokster? Oh, no, okay. I didn't know that, Mr. Gokster. We've only hung out one night in Toronto, but we got more coming in Las Vegas. Scotty Rock Forever, Caps Vegas, over 5.5. I am on that. Remy CV, my man Jeremy Patterson in the house. Herman Aparicio, I've been playing soccer since I was a kid. Good. Joe D, making money on the Belmont right now. Belmont race number 9's got an exactor box 4, 5, 10. Marco Lutz says, I call my Korean baseball handicapper the Kimchi Kid. Okay. Darcy Critchen says, got to go with Jimmy's hat. It was a plan to go with that, but I had to get away from it. Perfect. Nostratoda saying Vegas getting steamed because they have to win. Let's go, Caps. End it. If that line, how high is that line now? We'll talk about it later, but look at that. They're hanging a plus 142 at Pinnacle, a plus 143 at Heritage. Okay. God, it's hard to not want to take that. And that Caps puck line, my God. Jake Farmer, any goal scoring props you're on tonight, Jimmy? At this point, no. I've got two bets. I've got the over 5.5. And I've got the Vegas team total over 2.5. Marco Lou, Orioles only play so far tonight. I like it. We're going to get to that soon. And then Melee Palace Racing going on vacay next week, Jimmy. All on soccer money. 6th straight year. Nice, Melee. Well, I can't wait to cap this. And I know Pete's excited. And but we are going to be leaning on you guys heavy when we break down these soccer games. But I'm excited. Props, profit, Australia to get out of Group C. That's going to pay out big. Josef Tucker saying, loving the energy today. You know what? Feels good. Yesterday's late show, I came in after losing 3 morning games, and I could see a unit decrease in front of me. And I had a lot of anxiety I was in my head, and I knew about all the work because the CFL starts tomorrow too. There's a lot of capping to be done, a lot of work to be done, and it was just overwhelming me. But I feel so good to be back with the people I want to be, most of all, you guys, my chat. My man Yura says, take the caps. My model tells me it has value. Interesting. And Andre Harrison says, I like the under in hockey. Interesting. And Scotty Rock, second half links, cashed, baby. Nice. Okay. All right, let's get to work. Oh, yeah, Darcy Kretchen says, is somewhat concerned about Tony Soprano. Yes, he did lose a house taking Vegas in Game 4. That's what happened. Now we're told, he just told me that he might have more than one house, hopefully. And my man Clint says, hey, Jimmy, when we chatting MMA, Pete back for that tomorrow? Good question. Good question. I will send an email and find that out. Twadi Latte just panhandled $20. So he's going to tail Nostratoda tonight. Not a bad person to tail. Tomor says, I like the card in the French Open. I'm on Nadal and Halep. Nice. Joseph Tucker says, Jimmy or anyone, do you cap WNBA? I do. Haven't started the season yet. Yes, we have a lot of great WNBA cappers led by King Rail. A lot of guys running it. So yes, Joseph Tucker, you're in the right place. My man Nathan Davis says, new studio upgrades. Yes. But we're still working on the background. We still got a lot of work here. But yes, we are in a gorgeous studio. That's why you might hear that the sound is better than ever. Scotty Rock says, Soprano lives under the underpass. Oh, poor guy. Poor guy. John Garcia says, Vegas comes back and wins the cup. Think you're living in a dream world, John Garcia. A dream world full of fairy tales. Nostratoda says, join the soccer pool instead with that $20. Yes, Nostratoda has a World Cup soccer pool. Join it. 100% of the money goes back into prizes. Join it. And Nathan Davis says, loving the desk. We're actually getting a new desk. It's being built for us as we speak. This was our old desk. And my man Garth Daisy built it. And shout out to Garth Daisy. I miss him. And he was down here for a little while when I first came down. And missed that guy very, very much. Okay, Props Prophet says, Nigeria, Group D, a second team. Interesting. Wonder if those guys can pull it out. I've been high on Nigeria many times in the past, and they've always let me down. But there's no question that they have skill. We're talking about the top team in Africa. I'd have to say it's Egypt to me. But we're going to get into that, man. We're going to get into that. And yes, Flipper 13 on the New York Liberty tonight. I like it. And okay, Mr. Pickscott says, let's go, Jimmy. My bookie waiting for my call. Okay, let's get to work. Let's get to work. Enough fooling around. Man, Joseph Tucker is back in action. Underdog says, how do we join Nostra's pool, Jimmy? Are you on Twitter, Underdog? Just hit at Nostratoda. Marshall Purdue wants in on the soccer pool too. Do it. Oh, a native queen coming in and first and foremost says, hello, Larry. I'm now insanely jealous, Larry. Insanely jealous, old bulgogi. Native Queen, you didn't start by saying, what up, Jimmy? You know I got love for you. So much love for you. CC Fitness says, SBR should do a weekly CFL show with Jimmy and Ian. You know, it's always been Ian's baby. 3 down breakdown. And he's such a great capper. So we are in good hands here at SBR, but I would love to get a chance to work with him. Of course, I would love to get a chance. Tomor saying saying that the Caps are on a mission. Alert Eddie says, I'm Nigerian, and this Nigerian team is not good enough. You know, I've got more work to do, but that's where I'm leaning as well. I'm leaning that this Nigerian team is not good enough. Okay. Bill Butlicker has updates. Updates on Pete. Okay, let's see. Bill Butler says, Jimmy, I got updates. He was last seen visiting the famous smoking and masturbating chimpanzee that lives in the Bronx Zoo. Now, I don't know how famous he is. I believe all chimpanzees smoke and jerk off, but apparently that chimp is who's training them for the Guinness World Record attempt. Okay, very interesting. Tomor, wow, says, I think Japan has a shot to win the group. Shit. Okay, we got to keep rolling. We got to get into these plays. But Tomor said, I disagree, Eddie. They were in a tough bracket last World Cup. Now we're talking about Nigeria. Oh, Twadi Latte just sold some semen. Perfect. Wonder what kind of, what rate you're getting on your semen these days. Mohammed Joma says, Uruguay to finish first, Egypt to finish second in Group A. Parlayed plus 700. That might be a very, very, very sharp spot. All right, we got to get into business. Jackie Z says, going to tell your picks, Jimmy. Units going up today, brother. Thank you, Jackie. Your hope means the world to me, and I got to get back to my winning ways. I can't believe I was up 17 units, and now I'm down 20. But, these things happen. Goose says, what up, Jim? It's my birthday, 46, damn old. Man, I need Viagra. Niagara. What's wrong with me? I guess you can tell I've not used it. I'm singing Niagara Falls. Goose, happy birthday. Unfortunately, we don't have the legend Pete Loshak here to give you the proper birthday love that you deserve. But man, Goose, you are easily one of our favorites. Goose's homeless shelter locks. Happy birthday, my man, Goose. Get that paper, Goose. Get that paper. All right. Mr. Gokster said, I just hope Pete's not looking for fights in back alleys of NYC. He's not that kind of person. He is not that kind of person, but we did hear from his mouth, from Pete, that he's worried if he ever gets in a fight, he might go for the kill. He might flip the switch. He's much more dangerous than we might lead to believe. All right. Get that paper. Drew B says Viagra causes Niagara. That's good work, Drew B. That is good work. Viagra causes Niagara. People giving happy birthday shouts out to my man Goose. And, Native Queen says, you must love me. Always got some BS to say. Get it life. Oh, I hope she's not talking about me. Oh, Scotty Rock forever fighting with the Oracle. Scotty Rock, we need this to be a sanctuary for the cappers. And I love Native Queen. I love Scotty Rock. So we, Brian Clark just signed up to UWager. Thank you, Brian, by using the link at the bottom of the screen. That means so much to Pete and I. So thank you for doing that. But come on, Scotty Rock and the Oracle, we need you guys working together. So if we can just kind of put your shit to the side. And Eric Jones says, come on, let's get this cash. Let's get off this BS, bro. Okay. And Steven Allen says, Jimmy, stick to your guns. Do what's best. Stay in your lane. And what you know, you will get back into positive soon enough. Don't force it. Much love. Steven Allen, spoken from a Marine, someone I trust. Let's get that paper. Let's get into business. Sorry that we've been taking long. My first play I like very much. Now, a lot of people don't like it, but it's a plus 170 dog. And when you get a plus 170 dog, you don't push somebody off of it. My man CC Witness says, UWager is a good book. I've been using for a bit now. Dope. Yes, Native Queen going back and forth. We need you guys. You're a big part of the family. So let's, as Bill Butlicker says, no beef. No beef. Let's stick together. And Goose says, please no fighting on my birthday. Come on. We need you guys. All right. Tigers first 5 minus a half run at plus 170. We'll check line movement shortly. Matthew Boyd versus Jalen Beeks. I truly believe that if we can just fade these guys that aren't coming up as number one prospects in their first start, that we will make a lot of money. And that's what I'm doing here. Now, Tomor was talking about not believing Boyd lately. I still do. He's looked very good. Now, we remember about a month ago his BIP was 199. Impossible to continue that. There had to be some sort of regression. But I believe in it. And I believe in Boyd now. He came up through the Jays system. So I've seen him and followed him for a long time. I believe in him. 7th in the American League in opponent's batting average over his last 15 starts. That's dating back to last season at 202. 9th in ERA at 301. Yielded 3 earned runs or less in 8 of his 11 starts this season. Now he's being touched by the Red Sox, yes. But this is 2 lefties, Jalen Beeks and Matthew Boyd. And who hits better lefty against lefties? We know it's the Tigers. They smash lefties. 276, 780 OPS. Red Sox 243, 688 OPS, although that number is starting to move up. Jalen Beeks making his major league debut. 3-3, 2.56 ERA, 0.98 whip in Pawtucket. Struck out 80 in 56 in the third. But I like this spot. I think it's a really nice opportunity for us to get a big score. And Triple Beams has a Peter sighting in NYC. I'm going to copy and paste this because I did fool around a little too much off the top, and we've got to get into straight capping. So I'm going to copy and paste this, Triple Beams. We're going to get, oh, God, look at that right below the flying rhino. That was not a enjoyable part of the early show. Okay. Alert Eddie says Red Sox only hit bad pitching. Interesting. Zigzag Man says lean over in Detroit Red Sox game. Tomar says, I think Boyd is a decent pitcher. I just don't believe in him on the road at the park like Fenway. The pen is obviously an issue too. I'm on the first five. Okay. All right. Goose says, all I want for my birthday is to know what Pete Loshak is doing in NYC. I hear you. He's a very mysterious man. Okay. That's my spot. I think this is a really nice opportunity for me. And I only have 3 plays left, and they're all at big plus lines. I have the Tigers first 5 minus a half run at plus 170. And I have doubled up on the Baltimore Orioles. Maybe I will fade the Toronto Blue Jays every game for the rest of the year. Maybe. I think they're that bad. I really think they're that bad. I don't trust Jaime Garcia. And I'm not sure what to make of David Hess. But if you look at David Hess's numbers, he gets touched in his first start at Fenway, and then he's looked very good since. This Blue Jays team can't hit. I know the Orioles team is having a tough time hitting as well, but I doubled up on this. Plus 132 on the first 5 and plus 137 full game. Let's take a look at these money line moves here in on SBRodds.com. Let's take a look. All right. Detroit. Late money's come in on Detroit. The line has gone down. It's now open at plus 162. There's now a plus 149 at Bookmaker. The highest you can get is a plus 154 at Heritage. No, UWager. Our friends at UWager giving us the best odds available at plus 157. And then we go down to Hess and Garcia. Yes. Wow. Money came. Big money coming in on Baltimore. Gorgeous. I got the full game at plus 137. Ooh, the best you can get now is at Intertops at plus 117. Oh, Bookmaker at plus 118. Nice. 20-cent line move in the bag's direction. We know that does not equal cash, but that sounds good to me. All right. Nostratoda says he's trash. Talking about Jaime Garcia, but don't like this Orioles team, though. Nick Dial says, I think the under is the play in the Orioles game, Jimmy. Neither team can hit for shit. I got under 9.5. You know, I feel uncomfortable with that under. I know Nostra was talking about the over, and also they've just been doing nothing offensively for so long. I feel like one of them is able to bounce back. But we'll get to that right now. Let's see. Joshua Gray says, I think it's a bounce back spot for the Jays. Tomar says, I don't think Garcia is garbage. He struggled early because he was hurt, but he's healthy now. I think he just had a letdown off his first great start off the DL. That's very possible. It's very possible he had his first great start. He had that letdown in Detroit where he only went an inning and a third after having his first great start. I like it, man. I like this spot for the Orioles. I like these. I've got 3 juicy plus lines. Now, I'm tempted to put on another big juicy plus line, and I really want to hear what you guys are saying. I'm tempted to take the Rangers and Cole Hamels here. How could you not be tempted? We know that Correa is not in the lineup, and it's just a big juicy line. So let's talk. Sir, first, Darcy Kretchen says Machado and Scope will build a bridge to home run land. Ooh, I like the sign. I like to hear that. And Triple Beam says, I'll be hammering Boston right before first pitch, mostly because the bullpen advantage. I don't see much first 5 edge. Okay, I feel you. And Young Vaughn likes the under on the Jays. I don't. I think at some point, these offenses are going to get going. And I don't despise this Orioles offense. I think the Blue Jays offense is trash. The truth, LSRP likes the Knights puck line. Most of us are seeming to be leaning towards the Caps. I don't have a side. I just have the totals. Okay. Zigzag Man loves the under in the Houston game. Says that to Andre Harrison. Dat Fire says, loving the Houston Astros. Mele Palis Way on the first 5 under in Stroh's, Texas. Joel McDonald, Rangers first 5, my favorite play of today. Interesting. And but Nino wants to talk about Seattle. We will talk about Seattle. We'll talk about Seattle next. Let's talk about this Astros Rangers spot. Kevin K says Stroll's roll. Can't believe the line I'm getting. Drunk conversation. I love the under 8.5 at plus 130. Let's take a quick look at line movement here. We got an interesting note on Garcia. And that is Jaime Garcia. John Garcia says, Garcia went to Sherryland High School. He started from the bottom, and I believe the money has taken that hunger away. Wow. Love that, John Garcia. Love that. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Man, that's great. Okay. Line movement in this Houston, Texas game. Yeah, late money. Some late money is coming in on the Rangers. And I understand why. You have to understand why. Opening up a plus 178 when we know that Hamels has had their number. Man, but now Nostratoda is saying great price on the Stros. Interesting. Great price on the Stros. We know they're hitting lefties harder, but I mean, Nostra, are you taking them on the run line? Please, Nostra, I'd like to hear what you think of that. You're still getting a minus 119, minus 120. I mean, I don't trust the Stros bullpen. And Young Vaughn saying, yeah, that is a low line for the Astros. Marco Lu says, everyone in the world's on the under in that game. That line did not move from 9. I see Houston, Texas over 9. Wow. Andre Harrison taking Seattle over his hometown Tampa Bay Rays. Oh, man. And Nick Dial says, Pete would say the under in the Orioles game is just a no-brainer. Wow. Nostratoda says, I have them tied to the Twins' money line. Interesting. Tomor says, Houston's bullpen being trashed. Marco Lu says, Texas is a good hitter's park. It is. And it is 95 Fahrenheit. But we have a man on location right now who I follow on Twitter. And I'll grab his name right now. He says that the wind is blowing in very strong. And not only that, he's on the Astros run line. Kyle Leith, Texas Houston under, wind blowing in. We'll keep ball in the park. Wow. My man, Walla Walla Dose says, late day in the office. Told my boss, got to go by 5:55 for something very important. Low bag, baby. Get paid, everyone. Walla Dose. God damn, I love you guys. This is all I got, man. If I didn't have this, God, I'd be falling apart. Completely falling apart. But Nino says, got that strange feeling Baltimore smashes tonight. That's what I need. Kevin K says, Jim, the Sharps agree with you on the Rangers. I can't see it, though. I see Cole with double-digit Ks. William Speaker says, got to take the Orioles against my hometown Jays. Marshall Perdue's on the Astros run line. And Nostratoda has brought this point up, and it was completely verified immediately by Mr. Pete Loshak. Says, wins in Arlington mean nothing. Tomor says, Texas depends on power. They don't hit for average at all. Sandercock says, fade Tigers. I don't like that. Let's just take a quick look at the numbers. The Astros, we know they smash lefties, and their numbers have been rising and rising and rising. They are now the number 1 team in the league against lefties. 276 average, 788 OPS. But Hamels looked very good in his last start against them. He's looked very good this year against them. This will be his 4th start. In 3 starts against the Stros, he's 1-1 with a 2.55 ERA. 8-5 with a 3.95 ERA in 19 career starts. He's looked good. 2.89 ERA in his last 7 starts overall. Opposition bats are just 199. Got a 199 average against them during that span. Alert Eddie says Astros can easily put up 6 runs in an inning. Don't like the under. Barca Man says Astros are 4-0 in Cole's last 4 starts with 5 days rest. Wow. Kyle says taking some big money on the Orioles at the moment. Good. I got him in a beautiful line. God, if they could get a win for me, I would be very, very happy. Ron Walsek, my man Ron Walsek coming in, says Tropicana roof is leaking. Raise blow. Simply put, and I like it, Ron Walsek. And I know my man Ron Walsek also plays the ponies. Very interested to see what you have. God, I can't wait to that goddamn Belmont segment. You know why I'm pumped right now? Because we talked horses this afternoon. I mean, it was just me alone doing camera. God damn, I love that shit more than anything in the whole world. William Speaker says, scary game, Astros. It's a stay away today for him. And Dennis Alt has his rent money on the Red Sox. Wow. Scotty Rock Forever says, I wanted to take Tigers, but man, once that Tiger bullpen comes out, don't like it. That's why I'm on the first 5, getting a juicy line. Getting a very juicy line. Let's see what the movement has been. Oh, Twatty Latte just sold some bone marrow. Excellent. Jay Sandercock says, Justified, Jimmy, Justified by 4. Wow. I tell you what. With Noble Indy and restoring hope in the race, Justified will not get away with a 49 first half or a 24-3 first quarter. And if he doesn't get away with that, there's just no way he wins by 4 lengths. There's just no way. 6 races since February 18th. But if he does, he's the greatest horse I've ever seen. Better than Pharaoh. And, God, I wish I was at Saratoga when Pharaoh lost. God damn, I wish I was there. But, man, I hear what you're saying. He's a great horse, but I'm gonna try to beat him because I go for big scores when I bet on the ponies, man. Tomer says Hamels has always been a good big game pitcher. I think he steps up here, but he's not great anymore. Joel McDonald says Tigers team total over a better bet. Yeah, but I'm getting plus 170. You're not going to get that. Oh no, Nostratoda says stay away, Aspire. Oh no. Ken Davey says fade justify. That's exactly what I'm going to do. That's exactly what I'm going to do. And our friend Pink-Eyed Genie's here. Says remember kids, no butt stuff. Spreading pink eye awareness day by day. Man, Pink-Eyed Genie, respect. Respect. Joshua Gray says I just prostituted all night and all day so I can hammer the Astros run line in Vegas over. That's it's not the kind of stuff I was hoping you were going to say, Joshua Gray. Nostratoda says, Tail Jimmy, we all know that Jimmy's been taking it in the short shorts lately. Okay. Let's see. Profit says Mariners should be okay. We'll get to the Mariners game right now. William Speaker says, Jimmy, what's your top 3 plays of the day? I'll tell you what. I only have 3 plays left. And yes, I only have 3 plays left, but I do have plays on the hockey game. So I've got 5 plays left today, but only 4 that I bet because I don't get NHL teams. We don't get team total overs with Bet365. Good. Ron Walsack's coming in. I'm going to hit that comment real soon. I'm on the Orioles first 5 at plus 132. Full game at plus 137. And I'm on the Tigers first 5 at plus 170. I like those plays a lot. All big, juicy lines. I like those plays a lot. But I'm on the over 5.5 in the NHL game. And we're going to get to that segment next. So I'm not going to hammer it too hard until we hammer it together. Okay. Ron Walsack, nice, says Tenfold and Vino Rosso both beat Justified. Let's score big in this one. You know what, Ron Walsack? I have a exactor box with Tenfold and Vino Rosso. Now it's just a $10 exactor box. I have $300 that I'm betting on this race, and no single bets, all exotics. But my God, if Tenfold and Vino Rosso hit. Man, that exactor box, just a $10 exactor box, will pay a ton. Okay, way over $1,000. I know that. Paco Healy says, "Got to go huge on Justify. Screw the fade. This horse is different. I feel like even money's a good price." Well, Paco Healy, you better search the books and line shop for even money because you're not going to get that at Belmont. We're expecting it to go down to 3 to 5 on race day. So hard to make money doing that. Okay. DJ Big Boss says faded Justify, but wouldn't be surprised if he won. No, he's a great horse. Okay. We're gonna get to that race soon and talk about it. So I don't want to hammer it too hard right now. Okay. Darcy Kretchen, Orioles, Mariners, Tigers. Nice. William Speaker says loving the play. Sound very good. I'm leaning that way as well. Nice, William Speaker. Let's get that paper. Okay. Let's move on to that Seattle game. Let's do that. Twadi Latte says, I'm presently by the highway spinning a huge sale sign for a mattress blowout sale. Wow, Twadi Latte, you've had quite a day. Quite a day. And Sean Robertson asking for the Pink-Eyed Genie's MLB plays. Okay, you guys, Mariners, Rays. I was very close to taking the Mariners here. Very close, and I decided not to. First off, the line movement made me uncomfortable. Had the line movement be pushing towards the Mariners, I would have taken it. What's Leak going to give us? Can you have faith on it with Leak? I don't know. Ooh, Frank Alexander Rays over. That might be a play. Let's see what we get. I think these bullpen games are going to blow up in Seattle's face. 8. Just an 8. Wow. Kent Davies says, is Pete posing for GQ? Where is he? Wow, maybe that's where he is. You know what? Before we get into the Mariners game, we had our friend Triple Beam said, a Peter sighting in New York. Pistol was seen exiting 30 Rockefeller with Giuliani and 3 unknown suits. We assume them to be SBR higher-ups. Details of the meeting still to come, but he's up to something big. Ooh! Triple Beams. Like it. I like it. Okay. Wow, what do you guys think? Marco Lu says Leak is a good pitcher. He's a tricky veteran whom I don't trust. Zigzag Man says, going to play the over 8. Rostradamus says, Rays have a better spot, but Leak M's are 6-1 in his last 7 starts, plus 6.84 units. Line moving makes little sense to me. You're right. You're right. It does make little sense. And Darcy Critchen backs it up, says, line move seems odd to me in the M's game. Sean Robinson says, Jimmy, I got a $15 parlay to win $195. All that's left is the Sparks money line, Vegas first period, Pick'em, and Toronto. Feel confident on the other two, but what do you think about hedging Toronto? Because I want to. Yes, I say hedge Toronto. I do not trust these Blue Jays. I do not trust them at all. Isan Sofagari says 8 is not that high of a line for the Mariners, but every game they played recently went under. Brian Manning says, does anyone know a sports book that allows you to parlay the top 2 teams for each group? I'm sure that's available. We just had someone mentioning that. Kevin K says, leak is coming around. Rays probably hit better at home, but Seattle finds a way to win close games. Seen Rays blow too many games this year with crap bullpen management. It's hard when you have all these bullpen days to have strong bullpen management. It's very easy. No Shitoda says, flip a coin if you're betting this game. You know, that's about enough for me. My man Dexter Rojas in the house and says, talk about NHL already. Talk about NHL already. And Joe Kim says, Argos winning tonight. Are they going to win tonight? Let's take a quick look here. But we got to get an NHL pretty quick. Oh, man, they're not giving us any spreads here for the CFL. I've got more work to do on the CFL, but I promise you, I will get that work done. My man Sean Robinson said, Jimmy, first 5 in full game money line on the Orioles or one or the other. Oh, man, Sean Robinson, I've been screwing that up. I'd like to hear what the chat has to say because I just don't feel confident enough right now. I'm on both. I love the big plus lines. The Orioles get off to a good start. I could have a nice day. That's what I'm on. But I guess I would say the Orioles full game would be the better spot. Yes, that's what I would say because we know that bullpen's terrible. Jay Patel says, get to Larry's pick already. Okay, I know Larry's hot. Now, Larry hit 4 straight in Korea. Then he went on the over 5.5 in the game tonight. And who knows what Larry's play of tomorrow is going to be. Larry's play of the future. You know, we'll be finishing that up with the wrap-up. Steven Ala's on Argos -3. Darcy Gretchen says, Jimmy, I got to say, you're crushing this solo mission. Thank you. We all know that this show is much better with the legend Pete Loshak. But I'm trying to do my best and keep this show rolling, and I can't do it without this incredible chat. So thank you so much, my man Darcy. My man Lamar Williams says, what's up, Jimmy? I got a parlay. Detroit, first 5 run line. And run line, Baltimore, and money line in Houston. Oh, Jesus, sorry. Okay, wait. Let me slow this down. Detroit, first 5 run line. Oh, A's. Is it A's? That can't be A's. What's Ace run line? It's got to be A's. Okay, so Detroit, first 5 run line. A's run line. Baltimore Orioles money line. Houston, Texas, under 9. What do you think? Wow, I think that's going to pay out huge if you hit it. Wow, Lamont Williams. I like those plays, man. I like those plays. Jonathan Manton, CFL Week 1, take Edmonton versus Winnipeg. Matt Nichols out for 4 to 6 weeks. You know that's going to hurt those Bombers. Oh, he says take Edmonton versus Winnipeg. Jonathan Manton, thank you for that, man. Let's see. Bill Butler says, Jimmy, I can not only confirm Triple Beam story, but I just found out that all the suits they were wearing were made from Pete's foreskin. My God, that's impressive stuff, Bill Butler. And the rumor has it that Pete has an enormous amount of foreskin. He's not only making suits, he's making belts, boots. I just want that foreskin belt. But thank you for that info, Bill. Thank you. Bud Nino says, keep your money in your pocket. Take your significant other out. Best play of the day. Wow, Bud Nino. That's not really a handicapping call, but, you know, a lot of us campers don't have a real significant other. Oh, Buddy Latte says, I forgot to mention when I was selling my semen that Pete was there. Oh, man. How did you forget to mention that, Twatty? That Pete was there. You think that would be right on the tip of your tongue that Pete was there? Wow. Pete is like, where's Waldo in this motherfucker? All over the place. God damn. Okay. Well, thank you for that information, Twatty Latte. Would have been best if we got it earlier, but thank you. Yes, Joe D says Pete is sporting the camel hair jacket in NYC, as he should. As he should. Kent Davis says, Jimmy, I have the same hat and almost got popped for it in Chicago. Jesus. Probably in the wrong parts of Chicago because downtown Chicago, very safe. Very, very safe. But when you start strolling 15, 20 minutes out, turns into Chirac. But man, I love Chicago. And And Kelly's Tavern, Chicago. That's where Pete and I will go when and if we get fired. Not applicable said Pete sold foreskin to the Chinese restaurant. God. Pete must have a lot of foreskin to make all these moves. CC Fitness says, will Manziel be starting the CFL? Not only will he not be, but I don't think he'll be playing in the CFL. Let's say come week 12 of the CFL season. Okay, John Garcia says Stanley Cup finishes after NBA Finals for the first time in a long while. Yes, I do. Joshua Garay says Astros run line, do it. Just not comfortable with that spot. Rostradamus says they won't take pot smoker semen. That's a prejudice that I don't accept. Rostradamus, have you been trying to spread that sperm around and not getting yays? Don't like hearing that. Do not like hearing that. Okay. All right, you guys. That looks like that's we didn't get into that Royals A spot with Paul Blackburn. Why don't we just quickly touch on that? What do you guys think that Blackburn is going to do? It's a very strange situation for Blackburn. I had to go on to different San Francisco websites to get information on what's going on. Recovering from a right forearm strain, sidelined him since mid-March. Will be limited to 75 pitches, not throwing more than 50 in a rehab outing. But we remember how good he was last year. 10 starts, 3-1, 3.22 ERA. Brentwood native will be on the mound tonight. I wonder what he's going to do. I do not have a ton of faith. I don't know what he's going to do. Oh, Twadi Latte says, can I sell foreskin? You know what? Start stretching it out right now. Start stretching it out right now, Twadi. Get to work. That foreskin needs to be worked on. You can't just wake up one morning and say to yourself, I'm going to sell this foreskin. It has to be worked on. Do you have malleable foreskin? Is it tough? There's all types of different questions that come on, Twadi. It's not just, I'm going to start selling my foreskin. Mr. Ghoster says, A score first. Oh, and Lucrative Larry says, can I sell semen? A lot of guys interested in selling their semen. Of course, everyone can sell semen. That's just of course. Young Vaughn is on the under, though, in the amount of semen that you have, Larry. That's bad news. Young Vaughn is on the under, thinking that you're a little dusty down there. How can that be? You're a young man. You're a young man. The older guys have dusty sperm, not you. Bill Butlicker says, Jimmy, I think I just saw Pete on the 6 o'clock news attempting to base jump off the Empire State Building with a parachute made from his foreskin. My God. God, is Pete not the most interesting man in the world? Q Wilson says, Pete is interning for Howard Stern. God, I hope not. We need him back here. David Gomez saying, Houston, first 5, under 5. David Gomez, there's a lot of guys on that under right now, and I am not one of them. For a Dime says, I like the selling of bone marrow. I'm going to see what the market is here. Where are you living, For a Dime? Where are you living? Oh, no, Zigzag Man. Because mine's worthless by now. Ooh. That's too bad. Sounds like Zigzag Man has some dusty sperm. Hate hearing that. Tomor says Blackburn hasn't pitched out of the fourth last couple starts. Hard to cap the whole A's bullpen. Interesting. And Anna Marak, my man Clint says, Jim's foreskin is like wine. It is the higher value. It is the higher value with age. Just curious. So I can plan ahead for a bigger score. Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about my foreskin. Clint says, Jim, is foreskin like wine? No, it's not. It's not. Somehow Pete's foreskin is being incredible. Though, the older you are, the more you can stretch it out. Interesting point. Todd Raymond says you need rolling pins and professional kneaders to get that foreskin ready for sale. Yes. Yes, you do. He knows. Todd Raymond knows what it is. Rolling pins and professional kneaders. Twadi. You can't just one man. When I'm going to sell my foreskin, I'm going to have 7 or 8 people working on it. In fact, tomorrow, as soon as I'm done this late show, I will go down to the Hotel Del Rey and get them working on my foreskin. Walla Walla Doe says, Jimmy, you're killing it solo. Bring more of this energy with Pete. Don't let him overshadow. Oh, come on. Pete is absolute magic, and he's a great team player. But thank you. Thank you for this. And there's been a lot of foreskin talk, and there's been a lot of horses talk. I'm pumped. Fucking pumped, man. God damn, I can't wait for that Belmont. Reef, New York City says, does Ovi get a cup tonight? I think he should. I think this feels like the great... Imagine Ovi winning the cup in Vegas. What a story for him, and it's a story that he deserves. Avil050 says Detroit Boston under 10. Joe D says Leak has had his woes on the road, where he owns a 5.46 ERA to go with a slash line 292, 333, 518. Yes, that's true. That's true, but he has been pitching better. 4 of his last 5 starts have been quality starts, I believe. I'd have to go back to my notes. It's very funny because in this show today, there's a lot of guys giving very important baseball insights, and then there's a lot of guys talking heavy foreskin. It's a nice mix. Not applicable says Pete's foreskin is like old leather, so I've been told. Wow. Bet you it doesn't smell like old leather, but respect. Nostra Toda says only bookies will be happier than me when Vegas loses tonight or this week. No doubt, man. But a lot of our friends have futures on the Vegas, and I hate to see them lose. For a dime. A violin string. Very interesting use of foreskin. Respect. Sean Robertson's trying it out right now. Says very new to this shit. Going slow at first. Yes, don't rush developing your foreskin. Really, really take your time. Joe D says, does Pete really live in a treehouse, Jimmy? He does. He does with his best friend. It's a squirrel. But yeah. Reef New York City says this is a nice story for him, an ESPN special. You know, Pete and his foreskin have come a long way. Dark Kent says, Jimmy, please don't stop. Oh, Bill Butlicker back. Jimmy, just got word that Pete has officially volunteered to become the first ever human dildo for whales. Wow. All in the name of science. Wow. Impressive. Bobby Robinson says, Jack for the Belmont. Well, let's get to it. Let's get past this baseball. So I'm not adding anything. You know what? I'll talk to the guys I run with. Hopefully, if Quaddy Latte's done with his foreskin, I will talk to him about it. I will also talk to my man Nostra Toda. But right now, I'm not going to add anything in this Astros-Rangers game. I'm going to stay off my lean to the Mariners, although my leans hit yesterday. And then I'm going to stay off this Royals Athletics spot. Rad Ray says, with all this talk about foreskin brings the question, how'd you get nicknamed the Bag, Jimmy? It's a long story. Rad Ray 77. It's a long story. And there's lots of different answers. But basically, because I'm money. I'm a bag of cash. That's why. Ryan Clark says, we all know Pete is down at Rucker Park playing basketball, and the basketball's made from his foreskin. Oh, you might be right, Brian Clark. You might be right. Ron Walsack says, Blended Citizen, only horse in the field to run a race at Belmont, but is he outclassed? That is not true, Ron Walsack. We know that Vino Rosso won the Grade 2 Wood Memorial. Thank you. Almost didn't remember that, and I would have been ashamed of myself. If I had forgotten that. He won the Grade 2 Wood Memorial at Belmont. Both Vino Rosso and Blended Citizen have won on the Belmont track. So that's an advantage. There's no doubt about it. We remember 2014. Blended Citizen just won the Peter Pan Stakes, Grade 3. 2014, Toneless did that same thing, won the Peter Pan Stakes, and then won the Belmont. We'll see if that happens. Hugh Wilson says, Bag, you ever owned a horse? I know that's what he's saying. God damn, I wish I had, and it's something I really want to do. In fact, it'd be cool if we came together, got a group of us low baggers, came together and bought a horse. Now, we need to have enough money to really treat him well and make sure that he was in a really nice farm. We'd probably need someone on location. This is a great idea, Q Wilson. I think the baggers should come together and buy a horse. Go out and get a yearling, watch him grow, run him as a 2-year-old. Oh, God, I like the sounds of that. Okay, I like it. Oh, Goose says, just got word that Pete is at the New York City homeless shelter and gave out a pick. His New York City homeless shelter lock, Astros over 9. Wow. Oh, Q Wilson says Gabe Cameron's selling one. I know they had a bad run. Oh, we could, Nostra Toda, great idea. Call it foreskin. Not a bad idea. Yes, I heard that Gabe and Cam had a rough road with the old horses. But, Michael Irvelina, Friday, race 11, Belmont Park. I like number 2, Mathematician. I'll be betting him to win. Thank me later. I like it. Anybody messing with the Orioles? Blue Jays, says B-Rob. Yes, I am. Messing heavily. First half, full game Orioles. Let's quickly go over my picks. on the baseball card, and then we'll move on to NHL, and then we'll hit Belmont, and then we'll have Lucrative Larry, see if he can turn it into 5 straight. I am on 3 plays, just 3 plays, all of juicy plus lines. I'm on the Tigers first 5 minus a half run at plus 170. I'm on the Orioles first 5 at plus 132, and I'm at the full game Orioles plus 137. 3 juicy dog line. That's what I'm on. Uh-oh. Oh no, Twatty Latte says, Pete isn't in New York. Actually rendezvousing with Andreas Hale. Don't want to hear that. Roster Diamond says, can we talk golf here? Of course we can. Of course we can. Nothing is off limits. Whole show's been about foreskin. Ralph Portwando says, good show, Jimmy. Taking the grandkids to the movie. Mañana. Much love, Ralph Portwando. And keep up the great work with your basketball capping and your totals capping. You are one of the few that was on the under last game, and you've done a hell of a job with totals. Ralph Portwando doubled up on the basketball game yesterday. He had the Warriors to cover and the under. Much love, much respect. Okay, that's what's up. Now, let's move on to NHL. Okay, let's get the NHL comments in, then we're going to hit the Belmont, then we'll get to Lucrative Larry. My God, let's look at line movement. So I'm on the over 5.5 at minus 105. I'm also on the team total over 2.5 for Vegas at minus 135. Let's take a quick look at line movement here. Wow, more money coming in on Vegas. Jesus. You can get you can get the Caps at plus 148 now. Oh my God, is that too good? Is that something you can pass up? Seriously. At what point do you have to take the cap? And money going to the under. Oh, sorry, excuse me. No, this line in movement is crazy. Look. Wow, this line movement is all over the map. I got the over at minus 105. You can get it at minus 101 at Pinnacle. Wow, but minus 113 at Bookmaker. Minus 110 most in all other spots. Let's see. I'm very interested to see what you guys have to say. First off, my man Walter Trotter says, love you all. Being depressed last 2 days. This show is my bright spot. Love you all. Walter Trotter, you are easily one of our favorites, man. We love you. Pete and I love you so much, and we can't wait to see you in Vegas. Barry Bangin says, Oakland screwed us last night. God damn, I felt bad giving that as the best play. My fault, Barry. Okay. Oh, not applicable says, Pete is actually with a hippie chick giving her a generous portion of his foreskin. Probably happening. Joe D says, small play on Vegas, minus 1.5 at plus 175. Interesting. Wow, the Herb. Caps, minus 1.5 at plus 335. Now, I mean, how do you not? Jesus. Pink Eye Genius says, my book has plus 150. I've been waiting all day to get to this number. So he says, the Herb says, what do you guys think is better? Caps minus 1.5 at plus 335 or caps and over parlay at plus 345? God, I'd have to say the Caps minus 1.5. What if these Vegas Knights are squeezing their stick too hard? Wow. The must-win angle is dumb, says Nostra Toda. I agree with that. Wow. Let's see. 4 Dimes says over 1.5 first period. My man, Mr. Gogser, I'm on Vegas first period minus a half. Jim in Vegas score 3 goals first at plus 115. Interesting. Oh, wow. Buddy Latte says that Pete and Andreas are announcing that their wedding will be held in the Octagon. Exciting. Now, remember, we don't want to see Pete in a fight. He told us that he could flip the switch at any moment, turn into a deranged killer, and maybe enormous amounts of foreskin do that to a man. Lamont Williams said, I just saw Pete in Largo, Florida at a restaurant depot shopping for picks. Who knows where Pete really is? What a mysterious man. Lucas Mikovsky says, where are you looking at the money movements, please? Oh, Lucas Mikovsky. Perfect. We are looking at SBR odds page at SBR.com. It is the best in the business. We get it all. We get the line movement. You see it's color coded. You can set it up how you want with whatever books. They show you the opener, and then they show you it's moving. They do an excellent job. Check it out, SBRodds.com. Kevin K says, Caps puck line must bet. God, you're getting plus 330. Drunk Conversation says, Caps minus 1.5 is such great value. Wow, Caps minus 2 is plus 600. Jesus. Wow, Clint says, what do you think about taking both teams at -1.5? Don't see this being a 1-goal game. I hear that. Clint. I don't think that's a bad idea at all. But I wouldn't. A unit to me is $20. I wouldn't want to lose $400 on a close game, especially if I'm right on the over. But I hear that. Kyle says, taking a shot with Ovi to score 2+ points. 2 or more points at +145. Wow. Very, very interesting. I think that's a nice play. No Shatoda says, no pressure on the Caps. All the pressure on that gimmick and their bandwagon fans. I hear that. Q Wilson says, Pete stealing kids' lunches. I think that there is so much value on this Caps team. And I might be making a big mistake not taking it. How much time do I have till that game starts, right? That game doesn't start till 8. Okay, I've got a little bit of time here. Tomar says, I think the key is the Capitals have loved playing on the road the whole year. The books want a premium to bet Vegas at home, but the Capitals love playing on the road. Wow. Very, very interesting. Gary Avery, Caps -2 at +595 and the over. Gary Avery, how could you not make that bet when you're getting that huge number? Wow, okay, I'm going to need more time. Right now, I'm on just the over 5.5 and the Vegas team total over. God damn, you guys might be right. Wow. Wild stuff. Okay, now let's get to the Belmont Stakes. Herman Aparicio says, take the Caps, Jimmy. I get it. Kevin K says, Jim might be the end of hockey. Bet this last one. And North Dakota has a good point. He says, it's just going to keep going up as we get closer to puck drop. I'm going to keep an eye on it. We still have an hour and 2 minutes before puck drop. Alert Eddie says, take the over. I am on the over and made it an official play. And so did Lucrative Larry, who was on a 4-game winning streak in Korea and decided to bypass Korea to ensure that he got this over 5.5. Ross Adamas says, this is the one place in the universe you'd rather celebrate than in your own hometown. You're right. Ross Adamas, of course, he's in Vegas as well. We'll be seeing him at the IFBC. The Truth, LSRP says, don't do it, Jim. I'm not on any hockey props. Just those 2 bets right now. Michael Lunday says, elimination game over big time. Robbie Robinson says, leaning Knights tonight in Caps in Game 6. I get that. Okay, let me get on to the Belmont, and I can't take a long time doing it. I'm making $300. I'm doing nothing with my local here. I'm not making any straight bets. Making all my bets on the HBI bet account. Now, tomorrow I will have official picks because I'm waiting for Bookmaker to give us the head-to-head matchups. I am 6-1 in head-to-head matchups in the first 2 Triple Crown races. I know which horses I want to fade. I know which horses I want to take. Quickly, let's talk about this race. First off, I promised my dad many years ago that I would fade any horse who won the first 2 jewels of the Triple Crown, regardless of how strong they look. Yes, Justify looks strong, but they call completing the Triple Crown the test of a champion. This is an unfair test. A thoroughbred shouldn't be running these 3 extremely demanding races in 5 weeks. The Derby, 1.25 miles. Preakness, 1.3 miles. This 3rd jewel is 1.5 miles. It's the longest of all of them. So people always think that a closer is going to come in and take care of business, but they never do. I watched the last 10 years of Belmont races last week and took a bunch of notes. They never do. Deep closers never do. And also, horses that go wire to wire almost never do. We've had 2 of them do it in the last 10 years. And that was in 2008 when Big Brown lost his try of the Triple Crown with the Tara, and that was with American Pharaoh. Bobby Robinson says, Jimmy, lead us to glory again. Okay, so I'll tell you what we know. How about this, okay? We know that because of the long distance, the pace is generally much slower. Closers have to secure a better position. They can't come from the clouds. We think that a horse... Now, let me break down the last 10 races quickly if I can. When you do that, you will see that 8 times, I believe, 7 or 8 times, the horse at the half is in 5th place. Almost always the horse is from 3rd to 5th place. Now, this is expected to be a faster pace than normal in the Belmont because we have Noble Indy and Restoring Hope. They're in there to make Justify... Well, Noble Indy is in there to make Justify work hard. Baffert has brought in Restoring Hope to give Justify a horse to aim at. Baffert believes if Justify has a target, he runs better. If Justify gets a 25-second first quarter and a 50-second first half, he's going to win this race easily. But we know it's going to be much faster. So there are a bunch of closers in this race. And the second favorite, Hofburg, is a deep closer. I'm putting a line through Hofburg. That's going to allow me to get a big, big score. When you take out the second favorite in the race, it gives you big score opportunities. Now, Vino Rosso is also a deep closer, but he's got to stay closer to the pace, and he already stays closer to the pace than Hofburg. Okay, also, don't take a horse that has a speed rating drop from the Derby to the Preakness. Justify has a speed rating drop. So, we need to find a horse that stalks the pace. We need to find a horse that's sitting on a huge race and a horse that is not exhausted by running the first 2 jewels of the Triple Crown. Last year, the first quarter was at 23-4, 23.88, and the first half was at 48-3, 48.66 seconds. Tappert was in third, stalking the pace the whole time. In 2016, Steve Asmussen used Gettysburg as a rabbit because Creator was going to come from way back. I had big money on Destin. Destin would have opened with very easy times and would have won this race easily had Asmussen not put Gettysburg in the race. When Farrow completed the Triple Crown in 2015, 24.06 first quarter, 48.83 first half. In 2014, when Tonalist went from the Peter Pan Stakes to stopping California Chrome in the Belmont, it was the exact same time, 24.06 first quarter and a 48.52 first half. Tonalist opened in 5th, was in 3rd at the half. When Palace Malice won it in 2013, he was at 3rd at the half. When Union Rags won it in 2012, he was 5th at the half, 4.5 lengths off the pace. When Ruler on Ice won it, he was 2nd. When Drosselmeyer won it in 2010, he was 5th. When Summerbird won it with a fast pace in 2009, he was in 5th. We need to find that horse that's going to be between 3rd and 5th. Okay, we don't want a deep closer. We don't want a horse that has a speed figure decrease, and we don't want a horse that's exhausted, which means we can almost put a line through the first top four favorites in the race. When you do that, you get huge scores. Now, I'm going to have Justify in my boxes, and I'm also going to have Vino Rosso, so I am taking 2 of those horses, but I'm taking out 2 of them. Okay, I'm not going to go through the whole field. If you want to go through the whole field, check out my Belmont Stakes breakdown. It will be out tomorrow morning, fresh with graphics, fresh to make to look good. Now, here are my bets. I'm making $300 worth of bets. Now, you can cut this. All my bets, you could just make and I'll tweet out my HPI bets as soon as I make them. I'll tweet them out right before the race. Now you can cut this. You can make $75 worth of bets. Cut all these. I have 6 exactor boxes, and you could just make a quarter, make it a half. Here it is. I got a $40 exactor box. Number 1 Justify to number 7 Tenfold. You guys remember that I was on Tenfold to have a giant race in the Preakness, and I missed that straight exactor that would have paid $1,400 plus on my $50 bet. I missed it by the tiniest. I missed it by 3 feet because Bravazzo came running. Now, Bravazzo ran the first 2 jewels, although Lucas is such a great trainer. He seems to get his horses stronger and stronger and stronger as they go through the Triple Crown. I'm taking Bravazzo and taking him out of all my plays. I think Tenfold and Blended Citizen will be right there, 4th and 5th. In my pace projection, I have 3 horses going to the lead: Restoring Hope, Noble Indian, Justify, and right behind them, I have Tenfold and Blended Citizen, which should put them in the perfect spot to shock the world and win the Kentucky Derby. $40 exactor box, Justify, 1 to number 7 Tenfold. That's going to cost $80, right? Anytime you box, it costs double because you take it both ways. $40 exactor box, number 1 Justify to number 8 Vino Rosso. $40 exactor box, number 1 Justify to number 10 Blended Citizen. Then I have $10 exactor boxes without Justify, in case Justify comes 3rd or 4th. Now, even though I think Justify can lose, I don't think he's going to throw a dud. He's just too incredible of a horse. I have a $10 exactor box, number 7 Tenfold to number 8 Vino Rosso. God damn, if that hits, it's just going to pay huge. Number 7 Tenfold, $10 exactor box, number 10 Blended Citizen. And I have a $10 exactor box, number 8 Vino Rosso to number 10 Blended Citizen. I have 6 exactor boxes, and that is what I'm going on with my action. And I love it. Okay. That's my shit. Okay, let's see. Anybody else saying anything about this? Not really. But if you want to see more, I'm going for a big score. Check out my video. It will be out tomorrow. And there's nothing that excites me more than horse racing. And I think that we should get a horse together, you guys. I think we should come in and get a horse the low baggers. I think that's such an incredible idea, and I love it. Okay, okay, you guys are talking about UFC, which is all good. I'm gonna make sure that Pete. I was sending him an email, hoping that he will give us our some UFC picks. And Joe D says, great stuff, Jimmy. Thank you. I go into way more detail in my video. I just, not going to sit here hammering this for too long. And then, oh, nice. Kyle Jack says, just saying this is one of the most entertaining capping shows I've seen in a while. Shout out from your friendly South African capper. Much love, Kyle Jack. Thank you for joining us. Means the world to us. Twatty Latte says, with Pete out of town, Jimmy should just bring his horse to set. That's a good idea. Actually, I feed a carrot to a horse almost every day. There's a horse at the end of the street, a white female horse, a mare, and she's beautiful, and I love her. Okay, Mr. Gokster, tenfold in Vino Rosso. That's going to pay out so much goddamn money, Mr. Gokster, if it comes through. Okay, Kevin Garrett says, justify Vino Hofberg Bravazzo to win a minus 530. I'm on a rollover with this. Hope it cashes. Oh, wow, so he needs either one of those four. Well, you're in good shape, except you don't have my man tenfold in that one. Okay, you guys, before we move on, head-to-head is a video, is in the video. I'm assuming no, Drunk Conversation. The head-to-head didn't come out. The head-to-head matchups, I'll be making official picks on tomorrow's Low Bag show. So that will all be tomorrow. But you're right, it wasn't out yet. So now, without any further lollygagging, it is time to wrap this show up with Lucrative Larry's Plays of the Future. He's had 4 straight in Korea. He's got the over 5.5 in the hockey game. Let's see what Lucrative Larry has in store. Oh, shit. Tell him.
I'm going to tell you guys.
Out of the way. They want
I don't want to see my face. Guys, I'm heading to the Game 4 of the NBA Championship. I'm going to Golden State Warriors. Minus 4.5. Minus 110, the U wager. All earnings going to Horskin, the Chad Horse.
Horse?
Yeah.
You can call it not foreskin? Foreskin?
Horskin. Why not? You guys, let's make this a winner.
Jesus. Larry bringing out the broom. Warriors minus 4.5. Expecting the sweep. Lucrative Larry hit 4 straight in Korea, and he stayed away. I guess he does not like being called Bulgogi Larry. I get it. Wow. Larry, oh, Scotty Rock likes hearing that. Larry on that Dub Nation. Wow. You guys, this was really fun. All this foreskin talk was enjoyable. A lot of important capping comments, a lot of important foreskin comments. Learning more about Pete's foreskin does make him the most interesting, the most mysterious man in the world. My God, I love you guys. It means the world to me that you join us. Pete will be back soon. He's in NYC. Please give him shouts out on Twitter. And other than that, let's get that paper. I know this is going to be the turning point of my MLB season, working with just you guys, and it means the world to me. Get that cash!